three approaches of doing planning. How are we going to choose our personnel? How many personnel needed? People or employers, they have three approaches to follow. The first one is trend analysis. When we said trend analysis, it is actually what happened in the past and what's still valid in the current day. So basically, that is what we call trend analysis. So any particular organization, yeah, for example, car manufacturing, they will look at the development of the car industries in the first 5 years, and they will look at the current years in the trend of the analysis. How many volumes of car has been sold? What are the type of the car has been preferred the most by the by people, by client, and so on. This is what we call trend analysis. And the key ideas of trend analysis is by looking at the variation of data of the past year, in order to predict the future needs. The second one is ratio analysis. This is the forecasting technique, more or less similar like trend analysis, but it is using historical ratio between sales volume, for example, car manufacturing company again, a number of employees needed, how many workers needed to produce one car, and so on. So we are talking about recruiting the employees. So we want to make sure that the numbers of employees match the volume that we expect to produce. So this is ratio, person over person, ya, ataupun numbers of workers equal to number of productions. And then the third one is scatter plot. Based on the word plot itself, it is a plot. Plot, you plot in a paper, that is a plot. So it is going to be scattered plot, and those, basically an organization, they make the straight line in between two variables. So they will look at the scattered that most nearest to the line there. So if that dot or plot is on the line, that should be the right numbers. Again, like trend analysis, scatter plot also comparing at least two variables. Yeah. So this is the outcome of scattered plot. If you look at the graph there, this is the straight line, and this is the number of registered nurses, and this is the number of the hospital beds. The situation is the hospital want to build new building, which mean additional number of beds needed to be put in the building, and there should be additional numbers of workers, employees, or nurses. When we say beds in the hospital, it is about patient, yeah. So how many nurses should this organization or hospital employ if they extend the building? And we made to understand that the extra room, maybe room or rooms, only capable of having 1,200 beds. So the issues that the hospital need to solve is how many nurses should they employ to man one bed, for example. So there are some data received from various sources, and then when they plot this data, this plot here did not on the line similar like this, and the rest only one here. Only one that plot here exactly on the line. So this is equilibrium, equilibrium line, not plot, in which when we have 1,200 beds, we need about 1,210 nurses. Yeah. So this is the method of scatter plot. So before I go to the next slide, yeah. Looking back at these three approaches of doing personnel planning, if we base on what happened in the past, yeah, if we base on what happened current, the future will not be the same. Yeah, the future will not be the same. In which, for example, we experience COVID. When we do before COVID, we can estimate things based on previous, but when we have COVID, there is no experience data or info that can be used in order to move forward, you see. So that is why in this textbook as well, yeah, the author not saying these three approaches are not good. They are not saying that, but they try to, open our mind. It is okay to do personal forecasting based on these three approach, but at the end of the day, it is human touch, very important. It is human decision, very important. It is human judgment, which is very important, which I would like to share in the next slide. This one. Yeah. At the end of the day, the managerial judgment is the most important in deciding is the info in hand that we can use in order for us to recruit employees in the future. So as written on the slide, few historical trends, ratios, or relationships will continue unchanged into the future. So managerial, so maksudnya means that there are a lot of changing taking place. VUCA, I don't know if you know what is VUCA, VUCA.